Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for a new video. We're going to be doing a review, so let's get started. So, as I mentioned before, we are going to be reviewing a movie, which is actually this one. It's called Grass Onion. It's actually from Netflix. Obviously, this is actually a movie that is actually a second movie from a trilogy that they're going to be making. The first one is actually Knife Out, which is a really complex and detective way movie, which was really amazing. Obviously, I'm not going to be reviewing it because it's been from 2019, so it's been a while. There's a ton of reviews of it, and yeah, I would say that movie was really interesting in the aspect of um, the details of the movie. So it was really interesting to see how was the case that they actually present on the movie, and the suicide that they present, and many other stuff that the details actually give him really good credit. So so I want to apologize because I haven't been making content this couple months. So obviously it's because I've been working, doing other stuff, taking care of myself too, and deciding if I want to continue doing content. And I decide to return back to the content. So also we changed completely from the last time we actually make a video. We didn't have a lot of stuff, so we got a neon sign, we got still the paperwork, we have some arts, and we also have fun pop. We have Vegeta, Kakashi, Soto characters, which is actually this one's over here, and we have also collectionables shoes that are kind of limited edition, like Wonder Woman's and Pikachu, and many other stuff. So I've been collecting stuff lately. So I've been doing more, preparing my area for like making content. Obviously, I've been going to be changing also from other perspective on life in real life. So probably we're going to be making change of scenarios during the year. So I just want to say that. And let's start with obviously with the movie, right? Okay. Okay, so let's now talk about the synopsis of the movie, which is actually the thing that I'm going to be doing. So obviously, I'm not going to talk about spoilers or details of the movie, so you can actually watch it. Uh, Even if my recommendation is positive or negative, I will say yeah, just recommend to watch it if you really type enjoy this movie. That's totally fine. So the synopsis of the movie is actually a group of people who actually are kind of famous were getting invited by his main friend, and obviously they invite all of them to a private island to pass a whole weekend and discover a murderer, right? So basically, that's the main um, synopsis, or basically the idea of the movie, the centralized description of the movie, and obviously they invite Benoit Blanc, which is actually Danny Gray. So that's actually the synopsis of the movie. That's the starting part. In my case, I didn't enjoy this movie much. It was really fun, but it wasn't like the thing I was expecting to. The main protagonist, which is actually Danny Gray, or his character in the movie is called Benoit Blanc. He's a really detective guy on the movie. So basically, he's the detective that he has to resolve a problem from, I don't know, a case that they making murderer in the island. So he was invited to. So yeah, he just go there because he need to resolve the murder. And obviously, I'm not going to talk about like why is over there, what happened with him or anything. I just have to say that he's really good actor. So he actually make a great job. Also, we actually recognize him from, the famous James Bond. He's actually the longest James Bond in history, making 4 movies. No Time to Die was the last one, and I think I don't remember Skyfall, Casino Royale, and Spectre. I think it's actually the other one. So this guy actually makes a ton of years of James Bond, and he's great at doing it. So this is actually really interesting. if you see Danny Craig acting, he's a serious guy first. But on this movie, actually, he makes jokes, and he actually sounds really elaborated person too, compared with James Bond. James Bond is more like funny because he say everything so serious. He take really serious everything over there, but at the same time, he's just a charming guy too. In this movie, he's not. He's just a detective who's going to resolve a problem, and that's it. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less. That's it. So I think that's why you can see difference between acting between his different characters, and this case is actually one of them. So he made a great job. He was the main protagonist, and he made a good job, at least. Now we go with our second actor actress. I'm going to say this is the most important one. She's obviously not that recognizable. A lot of people don't recognize her. Maybe she's not that famous, but I think she's coming to become really famous. Her name is actually Janelle Monáe, who is actually really amazing actress. She actually make a character that I expect that I'm not going to give spoilers, but it's the most important character in the movie, and the way she actually played that well, it was amazing, dude. Like, just she's great. I didn't expect to like watch her like doing this job so great. I mean, she's actually the life of the movie. She's basically the one who moved everything. She do everything. So we actually see like the base and the top of the movie. That's basically her. And she actually made all the structure of this movie, which is actually really interesting because mostly the characters are just backing up her, and obviously Danny Craig get well, really well together with her, but it's still like Danny Craig just making a like a support role. So I think it's actually on this movie. Danny Craig obviously is the most famous character. Obviously, he's the detective that happens to be happening on both movies, but her character is actually, for me, is the main protagonist. Now, the thing that I'm going to talk about, Dave Bautista, he actually appears on the movie. His character is called Duke Cody. He's actually a weird name for me, I think. Either way, so the character is actually a content creator, like me, obviously. So, but he's really famous because uh, the antagonist, or I don't know, another character on the movie actually know him. So the one who's actually getting vibe was one of them. So Dave Batista impressed me in a really good way because this guy has been doing really good movies and all his characters are different. He's not becoming The Rock like a lot of people are saying. I think The Rock is actually just the same actor over and over again in different movies. So I basically just see the same character. But with Dave Bautista, we don't see that here, my friend. We see Drax, and he keeps Drax on Guardian of the Galaxy. He participated in a short participation in Blade Runner 2042. He actually makes a different paper, and this movie in Glass Onion, he actually make a good character, and I'm actually impressed how good he is. Another actually actor wrestler that has been doing a great job is actually John Cena with the series Peacemaker, but I think just John Cena is just making one just really good movie. Dave Batista actually have a couple of good actings, so I think Dave Batista is winning the best wrestler actor transition ever. So probably he's probably going to win a Oscar or a Grammy or Golden Glove eventually, because I think he's capable of making a great movie. And to end basically the review of this movie, I just have to say one thing. My basically I have to rate the movie. I was kind of disappointed. I'm not going to lie about this. I expect better movie that I was expecting, and I hopefully people can understand what I'm talking about. The movie is actually really like flat in the aspect of the movie. So they give you a story, and instead like giving you like the knife out, that they actually give you a whole line first, and then something that happened after, and then another thing that happened later, and it gives you like up and down, up and down, up and down. So it creates you like, uh, what is going on, or what is going to happen next. And this type of movie just was really predictable, and obviously that's something that kills a movie based on these type of movies. Like Knife Out was like super based on like, oh, we're going to show this, and then just boom, that is not the problem of why it happened, whatever happened. And then they show you another thing, and then boom, that's not something that happens. And just to end almost, and then we have an amazing movement from something, and the recording, and or I don't know, the success of the movie just changed completely, and then they give you a mind-blowing um, aspect of the movie, and that actually creates this type of, nostalgic and emotion about, oh, so I was wrong all this time, or was good, or I predicted. No, this movie is just straight line. So I just, you can say from the beginning what is going on, and half of the movie they're going to show you details, and it will be really more easier to just understand it. And yeah, it's going to be just like that way. So my rate for this movie, it will be a 4.5 of 10. This will be the review that I have for this. So the rating will be that one. I'm not going to give a ton because I actually enjoyed Janelle Monáe and Daniel Craig acting. It was really spectacular, like the scenography that he actually passed, but it was also something that we can just manage to have. Like it's actually more easier to develop a movie based on a private place that actually like create a new environment, or a obviously an obvious environment that don't happen in the movie. So that's why I give 4.5. So it's not something fantastic. It's nothing based on something that people were part of it. It just, they knew it was a private island. That's it, and they actually made the movie over there. So I hopefully you enjoy this type of content. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like the video, and I'm going to be continuing doing more reviews of movies, and hopefully you'll be watching it. If you really like any comments, just don't forget to tell me in the comment what other movie you would like to be reviewing, and I'll be doing it right away for you guys. Obviously, even if we actually know about the reviews, just let me know which ones you would like to have. So I hopefully do see you next time. So have a good night, and see you next time, homies.